Hey, good evening. I'm back to paint for you again. This is an 11 by 14 Belgian linen panel, so it's fairly substantial. I'm going to start this one for a show. It's actually for next March. I like to work ahead. This is one for my group that I paint with on Monday. The title, I believe, is Farm to Feast. So could be food, could be a farm, could be farm animals. Really a wide open theme. I do have one completely done. I'll show you already for the show. That guy right there. Took that at the cow. Took that at the fair. So that's my image. And then I'm working on a second one. And this will be number 3. Well, I had you in a better place. Let's see if I can get you back there. Hopefully you can see the whole thing. I think we're really close. I'd like to keep it close, you know. It's a little bit tricky with a bigger canvas. I could put you back behind me, but then see like that, and you absolutely can see the whole thing. Let's do that. And I'll tip it toward you. So that's not too bad. All right, I took this photo last night. And again, the theme is Farm to Feast. So anything food related. This is up in my town. These are, one on the right is a coffee shop. The one on the left is an ice cream shop. Been there forever. Everybody in the area loves it. I mean, look at the color in the place. So I got off to the side and got them both in there. Pretty sky. And I think I like the crop pretty well. So that's what we're doing. I've toned with a bright acrylic wash. So there's a lot of ways you could go about this. You could grid it off, transfer your drawing that way. You could print it up in a photo. You could do whatever you wanted. You could project it. You know, I'm freehanding it because that's what I like to do. So what I do is hold my brush. I'll hold it out to the photo and see where things land on the photo. Then I move over and make a mark on the canvas. So, all right. The tree line is hitting about there, but I may change this. You know, I may feel it looks better if I run a tree up high. So I always say that everything's always subject to change. The top of the roof on the ice cream building is above half. About there. The side of the building runs over fairly close to the edge. And the other side of it, okay, let's get that front corner. It's not very deep. And the right corner, I think it's about there. The other building goes all the way over to about there. And the side of it, I think it's about there. Again, you know, this is a guess. And it doesn't have to be exact. You know, it's not a commission. I'm looking at the height of the roof on the coffee shop. Gosh, it's pretty much almost halfway. I have a sweet friend that gave me a roll of oil prime linen a while back, and I've just been saving it. I'm not sure I need to start thinking about using it. You know, it's just kind of precious, I guess, and I don't want to ruin it. All right. I'm looking, this little building on the right has been added on too. Okay, to get the angles of the roof, I put my brush against it like that. So I'm looking at the coffee shop. It's fairly steep, about like that. And one angle should match the other angle. but the focal point will be this ice cream place. I painted it many times. I painted it on location. I actually just sold it to the owner. So this is one, I'm not sure who would buy it. Again, people love it. I had a painting of it in the show that I did here recently in town, and I sold it. You know, people in their teenage years, they work there. So again, a lot of good memories for a lot of people. So hopefully, you know, I sell it to somebody else. But again, the colors are wonderful in it. Purples and greens and just fun, fun, fun. But this will go on for a while because there's people in it and I'm going to want people in it. So right now we're mostly just trying to get the drawing on, I guess. We'll see. Let's see how far we get. I'd like to get outside and get a walk in yet tonight. So we've been fighting yellow jackets terrible. My husband was just determined to beat them, and we finally caught an exterminator. He just came out for the second time today. My crazy husband, just the first day we found him, he stood out there in the middle with a fly swatter, swatting them for hours. They never stung him. I don't understand. The guy couldn't believe that either. Must be your like DNA, I don't know. He wasn't afraid of them either. I think he had in his head that they don't sting. I don't think he knew what he was dealing with. So he wasn't afraid of them. Yeah, I'd have got stung. I've been stung so many times in my life by stuff. There's a green shutter there. You know, we'll zoom in later and try to get, I don't want to be too picky. I want to kind of paint what I see. So, and then there's a little open sign here. There's an umbrella here. I went out and painted at a farm. I may have told you that because there aren't a lot of farms around here anymore. And had thought about that for the show, possibly. The owner bought it though, so I might paint it again. We'll see. All right, let's look at the distance. See what I see below the window. This is about where the railing starts. Yeah, I walked past this last night and stopped, and because I could never stand right here to paint. It's just too crazy busy. And it looks like that goes over to about there. Painted outside today. Pretty day. Yeah, it looks like 2 lats, 2 back pieces, and then that's a seat. And then these are the legs. Of course, this probably won't stay here, but I need it to get my proportions correct. And then the actual base of this goes all the way. That seems crazy, doesn't it? It goes way over. shadow over here. And we may only get the sketch on tonight, and that's okay even. There is a car on the side, which we may want, we may not, we'll decide. I feel as though that looks a little narrow. Again, if this was a commission, we would be a lot pickier to get everything just right. So that must be a little high. There's some writing up here. Lots of variation in the parking lot. There's actually an arrow here, which we might want. I don't know. This building actually, with the light on, it looks more brown, but I know because I go by, it's actually black. Let's put that right there. Just throw it down. Okay, I'm looking at the front. There's a lot of greenery blocking a lot of the things in this building, and that's the way I'll paint it. Be painting what I see. Some kind of box planner. Like I said, my picture, this goes clear over to here. I don't know if that feels right or not. We can try it. We can always pull it back if it doesn't feel right, but it does. It goes way over there. And this was in the evening, so there were a lot of shadows coming in from this side. Don't know if these things are heaters or lights. I had done a painting also of this place, which is called Odessa's, that was in the show, but the owner didn't buy it. Surprisingly, it was someone that just loved the place. Someone that spends a lot of time there. Yeah, this is some kind of big box with greenery sticking out. Next to that is a pot. So I don't know how exciting this is to watch, but this is how I start. I mean, again, maybe this would frustrate you to just freehand it. I've said it before, and I kind of like the challenge of it. You know, every angle changes things so much, you know. See, I'm looking at this, and this patio thing's actually hidden down in here. I really like this little scraper thing. I used it today when I painted out, like, I was painting a place that had railroad tracks, and I looked to see where they were, and I cut them in, and you can go in then and paint it if you want, but with my tone, I ended up leaving some of that pink showing, and I liked it. So that's about the height of our leg, and in the back, so the seat would be about here. That's a disadvantage of, if it bothers you, freehanding like I am, you know, I'm adjusting things already. It didn't bother me. I mean, what's the rush, right? I am painting the little 4x4s like crazy for my, I am doing a show in December and a show November and December. So I've been painting all kinds of little 4x4s, all different subjects. Some cows, a dog, an alpaca, still life, a beach scene. Did a bicycle, did a jar of peanut butter. I thought that it just, whatever inspires me, right? There's a sign here, it's cast in a shadow. This would be a cute one probably if there were parking spots, but there are not. It's a wild, busy place. You'll get run over walking by. You gotta be careful. Traffic stops trying to get in. Let me grab a brush that's a little bit bigger because I want to get a bit of a tone on the trees too. Let's see what we see over there past the little planter. And yeah, here's one. There's another one. But trying to look to see what I see way over here behind all this. There's a bit of the back of a building and a bit of a railing. I don't know what we'll put in at this point. The building I did today was a house, and they had a great big long handicap ramp coming out of it, and I decided not to put that in. You know, I just did it for me. It was a place going through town that I'd always liked that actually sits right on the railroad tracks, and that was part of what I liked about it. And again, back here, there is a car coming through, so we may add that. And again, the people, it's going to take some time to do that. I got a lot of people in there. I might like the arrow, you know, and I definitely like the longer shadows coming in. We'll go ahead and block in the dark side of this building. Couple green shutters, and that's the board where you order your food. You know, we don't want to cover up all our tone either. Do a little bit tonight. We'll see. Usually I would start probably with the focal point. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to start with the sky. Cobalt and white. Okay, I'm looking at that. Might be a little warm, so let's put a little ultramarine in there. And there are some clouds if we want them. I'm going to thin it down with a little solvent-free liquid. We don't want to cover all of our orange. I think we'll paint around where the clouds are and maybe add them. Clouds kind of hang up toward the top there. Let's put a little yellow in this now, just a little bit, and a little more white. This is so true if you go out and observe the sky, that it does get lighter and warmer as you go down. We were looking at the sky just earlier, my husband and I, because it's such a pretty clear day, and I was talking about just that. You could tell, such a good example of exactly that. I'm hoping we've killed those yellow jackets now. Poor guy. Don't want him to have to come out again either, you know. It's their time of year, that's for sure. I had one buzzing me today. You ever hear of there are people like my husband that just doesn't get stung? I've just gotten stung so much in my life. When I was a child, we go to picnics every year for my father's work. I'd be swinging on a swing, walking through the grass, and I was the one got stung every time. We'll decide if this is something we want to do. For now, I'm just placing some pure white up there. I'll be mixing it in. I always say it's a wonderful thing about oils. I say the wonderful thing is they blend. The bad thing is they blend. I feel as though this could be a little bluer. Now the hurricane went through. I guess you saw that. I hope it didn't involve you or any of your family. You know, I just come back from Savannah recently. I think it just went kind of around them. I heard a woman talking today from Savannah that said the second time in a month they've been without electric for hours and hours and hours. So they must have kind of a problem there. And I can't say any of this is a done deal. You know what I mean? I may be repainting the whole thing. I recently saved a photo of, let me think of her name, Lori Putnam. She's a well-known artist, good painter. I should show you the painting I pulled off. It's a very high key. The whole thing's pretty light. I like some of her work, not all of her work. Like with anybody, right? Yeah. Let me see if I can show it to you. I think it was a plein air piece. Just interesting to see how, here it is. Look at the color of the sky, yellow and the purple. I don't know, it's always interesting, I think, to see other people's work. Great thing to do if you're kind of uninspired or just go looking at art. That usually gets me fired up. Or discouraged, right? Lots of good artists out there, aren't there? We'll get a little color, I think, on our little, or we could keep working down and put some green in the trees. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Don't know why. So because we've got a very dark green on here, what did I start with? Blue. Usually I start with ultramarine and Indian yellow, okay? That's usually kind of my base. And then and if it's too intense, then you can put some red in it. Let's see what we got going here. Not even sure what that little puff of blue is right there. See? But anyway, you can lay in a really dark green with oils like this, and then come in on top of it directly with yellow and intermix it in. Put a wee bit of crimson in there so it's not so saturated. Some really bright yellows over here. Gosh, I almost see orange in there. You know, we got a tree in the back. It's kind of a little bit trying to turn already. Doesn't seem possible, does it? The only color we had on here was kind of our brown that we started with for our sketch. So again, we're just doing a very dark green now. You know, with trees, you can usually kind of do what you want. I mean, you know, as far as changing the shape, and who would know? Yeah, people drive around the little building, so that's why that car is there. So anyway, now we'll go into some yellow over top of this. And it kind of intermixes right in. And the light's coming from this right side. Like I said, these trees right here are really bright. The roof, let's see, am I getting ahead of myself if I do that? We'll go ahead and I'm just jumping around till I want to quit here. doing transparent ultramarine and transparent red oxide, which you know we make our really dark with, but I'm using that for the roof, but I'm putting white in it. We'll just block in the whole thing for now. So there's a sign up here and a shadow, big dark shadow that goes over that way from the sign. I may even, you know, come back and make that feel more sunlit. I have went back to pieces that I started and just kind of went here and there all over the whole piece with orange. See, to create more of a sunlit kind of effect. I got a jacket on, I'm getting hot now. Getting to be that time of year where you don't quite know how to dress. I think we're going to warm back up though. You know, and I may even want to take this up and work on it on location even, you know. Try and get a little darker where it goes down the side. Bring that tree line down in there because I've got a gutter that runs at an angle, so this is going to have to come down in here. I watched, I think it was a live demo the other night. Collie Wyson, who I love, you could sign up and watch it online, and he talked about color. I don't know, I can't say I got a lot out of it. I love him and I love his work. And today I went to, I have a FASO website, FASO, and they offered a thing with Daniel Gerhardt, who is so good. Supposed to have been talking about marketing I watched it a while and then kind of lost interest in it. I don't know. Yeah, see the sun's coming across here. That's the shadow there on the top of the building. And of course there's umbrellas, but we'll just kind of, for now, we'll just block it in, I think. There's 2 windows here, and then a shutter here. And then this is like a menu board, and then there's a shutter, and then 2 more windows. So I'm probably not going to go much further because, again, I'm wanting to get out and walk before it gets dark here, and I can see already the roof feels darker than I would like, so we're just going to scrape off some of this paint. You know, I could wait for it to dry, but I'm going to be at this one a while. Like I said, I just thought I'd let you see the start of it anyway. But like I said, we've got umbrellas and lots of stuff going on. The shutters are actually a pretty true green, which would probably be my ultramarine and my cad yellow medium. And it looks like we have a shutter here and a shutter here. I mean, it's really a fun, cute building, isn't it? And then the side, of course, I have to really look and see what kind of details going on, but we'll just get a little color on there for now. It's away from the light, so it's a gray, but we'll just get some color on there. You know, and you know, we got these slats down here, but we'll be seeing bits of color through there. All right, so we got to start. Again, I'm in no hurry on it. I just thought I'd let you watch me start. And, you know, lots of things, going to take a lot of time. I'll show you the image again. It's got a cute sign up on the top of the building. Look at all the people. So I'm going to want to suggest, you know, people, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to be at it a while, and that's okay. But the building's just adorable. Greens and purples, and yeah. I'm looking at my start here now. I feel like the actual roof line's a little more angled than I have it, so adjust, right? All right, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed watching my start. Again, this is going on for a while, so you may see it here and there. All right, thanks again so much, and please like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. All right, good night.